Hi, I'm Cyaneink, and today I have a really special video because I'm taking part to the environmental collab, and other artists in this collab are Angold, Aquarelle, Marla from Instagram, Weblight Dreams, Achatfell, and LanaGoesArt. And I'm really happy to be in this environmental collab because it's something I have been noticed really strongly in this pandemic situation. There's something that I have been always quite against it, and it's single-use items and disposable items, especially if there would be option to have something that is multi-use. And in times like these, it has been really, I have been really seeing this, like it says we have all of this disposable mask, disposable gloves and stuff, and they are just only used once, and that's just, I feel that it's really sad because some of those things there probably is alternatives, and sometimes I feel like they are not even, they are getting some kind of good status because they are single use and people think that they are really hygienic, and they just like completely forgetting it that they are at the same time making huge environmental impact, because something that they are using maybe only a couple of minutes, if it's like mask, it's manufactured and it's using the material, and it's also then ended up in the landfill, and in the worst case it may end up in the nature, not even trash at all. And even if Finland is pretty clean country and we don't have that much of trash, but I have been feeling that our current situation is really bad because every time I walk Ruka, we always encounter some mask that is just lying on the ground. Ruka is adult dog and he's really well trained, so he doesn't pick up anything on the ground. And if he picks up, I can just say him to leave it and he will drop it there. But I have been, I know that there has been cases that puppy dog has been eating mask on the ground and then had to rush it to the vet and get the mask removed because it has formed like blockage, and that is something I really don't want to see, because there's other animals than dogs. There are also the like wild animals like birds that are actually really curious creatures. They often like pick up the trash and they may try build their nest with something, and those masks, they are fibrous material, they're definitely not going to break down anytime soon in the nature, and it just feels really horrible situation, because people should, if they are carrying those masks, they should carry them back home or trash them, or definitely not leaving them in the outside and throwing them to the ground, because it's at the same time it's unhygienic, it's also really adding up the environmental impact of those single-use items. And it's not only the mask, also something I have been really, that has been bothering me, is those single-use like sanitizing wipes. Like, okay, they may feel like really clean thing, but it's sanitizer, it's really strong stuff. You can buy it in the bottle and use like rag, and it's definitely doing the same stuff than the like single-use rags, but you can multi-use it and it's not like ending up in the trash anytime soon. So it's like, it's also something I just find a bit bizarre that current situation people are thinking that something that is disposable, it's automatically hygienic and some way better than something that is multi-use. It is just so, it's wrong, I think. There's also like people think that disposable items are easier to use and they are like often advertised like that, but I personally don't find it that way. I often find that reusable item is as easy to use as the single-use items. Like it's often also better. Like I personally actually like to using like kitchen like rack, which is multi-use and it's made out of cloth, than using something that is that papery spongy feeling that it gets nasty really quickly, and you can use it only once and then it goes to trash. Like I much prefer my cloth one that I can just throw in the washing machine and like use it again, because it doesn't ultimately make it better if it's just single use item. Because I actually personally try to use like racks and wipes when it is possible. Like actually you can see here that I'm using like old t-shirt rack on my watercolors, and only at one point I actually pulled down kitchen towel because my rack was so dirty that I was getting brown spots on the sky. But that was like situation that I needed it, and it was not like I would be using just like regular kitchen towel every time I'm painting watercolor. That's something I would also feel really wasteful, and that is something that it's like against my personal values, because I don't want to generate trash with my hobbies, and that is something that happens really easily and really like if you don't think it may happen like almost like automatically, like using kitchen towel instead of racks. That just really makes me using kitchen towels more. I try to avoid them. At one time I tried to use something that was like multi-use, but because I have a dog that has some stomach issues, I have to often clean stuff that I really need to use disposable stuff. And yeah, let's not get into that. But other things that I try in my hobbies are like I use reusable silicone cups when I do my resin stuff, because I don't want to use single-use cups. Even if those are easier to clean, I don't want to generate plastic waste that often. Like it would mean that I would generate like couple of like one or two plastic cups in week, because every time I cast resin I will need to take new cups, and that was just it would be really wasteful because it's easily avoidable. And why I'm talking about disposable items is that because using disposable items directly generates just more trash. And if you think about it, there's quite many items that are disposable, and there's also the packaging material like food packaging. It's basically disposable because you use it only once and then you throw it out, and sadly still in Finland they are mostly packaged in the plastic, and it's annoying because there's no other options available. So I have to really try to reduce my waste on the other ways. Like I always use reusable shopping bag, because I hate plastic bags because they just pile up in the homes and they are just horrible. And other things that can in the kitchen are like shrink wrap and tin foil and stuff like that. And minimizing kitchen like waste is pretty hard work, because it starts already at the grocery shopping, like when you are getting fruits, and if you put in plastic bag, that plastic bag is going to be ended up in the trash later. You can try to reuse it, but I would prefer if the fruit has like really strong skin like banana, just sticking the label to the banana itself. And actually in Finland pre-packed vegetables and fruits are really rare, which is a good thing, but still there are some that are just like there's this thing where you have the mango and there's like two mango in one plasticky thing, and that's just wasteful. But at least in here it's still hard to find products that are not packed in plastic. Yeah, I get it that the plastic is really light hygienic, but I really prefer having stuff in like cardboard boxes or something that are more easily recyclable than something like plastic. Even if we have now some kind of plastic recycling stuff going on, but I still prefer the cardboard boxes. Another area where there is quite many products is actually bathroom. Like, yeah, I get something like toilet paper that is just like necessary, but if you look like shampoo bottles, they are usually bottles, and also like the soap and stuff. Even if you can soap in the bar form and also the shampoo in the bar form, but still they are most likely being on the plastic containers that are usually really thick and robust. Like why? Because it would be make sense having them like I would say like getting refills for them or something. Like you refill your washing machine degenerate and stuff, but no, shampoos and soaps are often just like in their bottle form. And I really hope that the bar soaps and shampoos would get more popular and get more easily available, because that is a really easy way to like reduce the packaging, especially if those are packaged like in cardboard or really like minimally. And also what I have seen is that because we are living in this really hard situation, I have seen that there's now more trash outside. Like every time I go walk with Ruka, I see some mask laying on the ground or some kind of gloves or stuff. And I think that is directly related to that people doesn't care about the environment, they don't think about their choices, and also they are carrying those stuff around, and most often when I hear like trash can, it's often full, it's like overflowingly full, so that doesn't help it anyway, because I know that people that are not interested in environment values, the choice has to be made easy to them, like having empty trash can nearby or something, so they put the item in the trash and not in the ground. But yeah, it's really hard. And actually for the end I'm going to talk a little bit about this painting. So this painting, it's made on 100mm anniversary paper, which is my go-to paper. I like it, it's really thick, so I can really slap the water on there and it doesn't buckle a bit. And watercolors I'm using are Roman Small. And then I pulled out the gouache because I wanted to add those twigs on the ground, a little bit detail on the ground, but not too much because I was worried that it could become too like noisy and draw the attention too much there. Because actually the main point of this painting is still in this video not made, and it's really dramatical change when I add it, and that was the whole thing really got me original to this reference photo. And it was the dramatic sky and that black tree line there, and also the black lonely tree there, and that stone, and how I really like the composition of this picture, and it almost like directly from the reference photo that my friend took, so it's I really like it, and I really like it how it turned out, and I'm really happy about the sky because I let it be as watercolor as possible. I didn't try to go realistic or anything, I just wanted to be really dramatic, dark but light at the same time. And for the end, I really want to thank Lana to organizing this collab, and also I really encourage you to go check other artists' paintings and what are other artists' take on this environmental topic, because I find it's really interesting to hear, because everybody has like different thoughts about it, so I really enjoy hearing people talking about this stuff, and also I love see their paintings. So thanks everybody for watching, and go watch the other videos on the collab. The links are in the description below. Bye!